Tonight on episode 48, I am concerned. Coops is hanging out with his new best friend. Milo is out of quarantine, and Ian has a newfound love for shorts. That is the YouTube non-alcoholic type. Guys, how are you all doing today?
That was good, bro. That was good.
Great intro for the first episode of 2022.
It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while, yeah.
Hyped to be back, boys.
What do you mean back? We've never been away.
Sorry, first proper episode of 2022.
I was like, we definitely had the second, did we not?
Yeah, we definitely made that episode.
This is the first recording in 2022, if we're going to be super pedantic about it.
He's still hungover,
yes,
aren't you, bro? He's still hanging.
Yeah.
I'm topping up the hangover right now.
Can we just appreciate, though, episode 48? Oh, my God. I was like, oh, shit, 48.
We're almost a year.
Oh, my God. And Mark, how are you doing, bro?
I'm very good, boys. Very good. You know, what you guys drinking tonight? Are we got the alcohol, got the water, got the Ian juice?
Well, I was going to say Hawkstone Lager, but I could call it Clarkson juice.
You could
It just doesn't sound as good, though, as Ian's juice, does it? It just doesn't. Yeah.
doesn't.
I'll have to make do.
Well, I don't have any Hawkstone Lager, so I'm just on the water tonight.
Literally so hungover. So, Vasa.
Really, Coops? On a Thursday?
Bro, I'm not joking. When I say I got into bed at 6:30 and then I set my alarm for 7:30, it was like the most painful thing on planet Earth. I was like, oh, God.
Kill me.
Well, at least you didn't phone in sick today, so, New Year, new you.
Keep it down.
Say that is the new year, new you.
Now, what about you, Mark? What have you got, mate? Have you got your trio?
I had a trio. Well, I had a duo, actually. I've nearly got only a singular left. I've got Ian's juice here, and I've got my coffee.
Nice.
If it makes you feel better, Ian, I'm sipping yours slowly, mate.
It's okay, there's plenty to go around.
Not for me, with my New Year's resolution.
Oh, speaking of which, Coops, how are you doing with that resolution?
Day 6 in the big Coops house.
In the big Coop's balls.
Coops has taken to sitting on his hand.
Oh, sorry, Mark. Carry on. Not tonight.
No,
not
don't be
tonight.
silly, guys. So we'll do the usual spiel first, because sometimes we do this about 20 minutes in and everyone's going, are they going to ask us to throw down your incense?
Pop an incense inside me.
And we'll be sending you all the shiny and Hyundai Look vibes your way. And if anyone has any shiny Look whilst listening to the podcast, please share your successes on Twitter, Insta, hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling, you twat.
SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. So, I'm really excited. It's the start of a new year. We're going to start it with a bang. I'm pleased to announce we have a special guest joining us today. I know. And it's somebody I was very fortunate to meet in Dortmund at GoFest in 2019. He is known for his high energy and his love for the tank top. He's built up a loyal following on Twitch with over 17,000 followers, and he loves the main series Pokemon games. It is the one and only Tom, aka the KRUSE SHIP. Welcome, buddy.
Yo, what's up? Yo, thank you guys for having me. I'm sorry I didn't wear a tank top.
Yeah, where is it, man?
I effed up. I can go change right now.
Yeah, do it.
There you go, Coops wants the tank top.
You know what? I don't feel like myself right now. I should go put it.
Oh, my God. As if he's putting a tank top on. I'm dying.
3 minutes later.
Tom has entered the room.
We back, baby. There we go.
Yes.
Bam. There it is. Don't worry about the clothes on the floor there. There was something about it that I wasn't feeling. Now we're good. Feels right.
That's the Tom we know and love.
It's the signature look. Good to see it.
I can't lie, bro. When I'm looking at you, I feel like you're like my older brother a little bit. You look like my older brother. No one else thinks.
Is that like in a very wise, protective, good way?
Yeah. I honestly, bro, I think we look the same.
You think so? No, you're a handsome fellow. I'm not.
No. Don't put yourself down like that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's great to have here, man. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while.
It's been a while, dude. Dortmund was the last time we saw each other in person,
July
and that was 2019.
Yeah.
2019,
Jinx.
if you can believe it. And I was like, I'm gonna go to all the other events after this. Huzzah, hooray! That didn't happen. I was gonna go to Liverpool Safari Zone.
Oh, you should have been there, man.
We missed you there. Damn.
Well, Tom, thank you, mate, for joining us. For those familiar with the show, we are going to jump straight into the first bit, which is only right to do when we've got a new guest on the show. So we are going to fire some questions at you in Grill the Guest.
Ooh.
You like that?
Really, baby, let's get it. I got excited for that one.
Can't beat a nice horn, can you, Tom?
No, I love that. I love that.
So this is the bit where we ask a few questions at you, mate, and it's a great opportunity for the listeners to know a little bit more about the cruise ship Tomo, and we could just be cheeky and ask you anything that we like. So who wants to go first?
Playing 10 fingers?
I need to brainstorm a question,
Okay.
so I'll go for a bit.
Every goddamn time, Milo.
Every time.
Every time.
So, Tom, you started your content creator career about 4-ish years ago on YouTube, and through various sort of streamings and Pokemon Go and a few other bits and bobs, and sort of now you've migrated to Twitch. So just tell us a little bit about your sort of story, about what got you started and what got you to where you currently are.
So I have always wanted to be an entertainer. Growing up, thought I wanted to get into acting. I would watch shows like Seinfeld and see the behind the scenes, like gag reels and stuff like that. And I'm like, that just looks so fun to like make people laugh and do this. It's just everyone's just having a good time. So I always wanted to do that, but I didn't ever really get into it because anxiety. I tried doing some like extra work and stuff like that, and anxiety. I was just like, I'm not good with acting. And then when I was 22, so like when YouTube was kind of first like happening, I watched these people make a lot of vlogs, like this guy named Kasim G. I don't know if you guys have heard of Kasim G. He would make these vlogs, and this was in 2012, I think. I don't even know when the hell it was anymore. I don't even know what year it is now. And he did these vlogs on these little HD cameras, and I wanted to do that, but I live in Orange County, which is like an hour south of LA. And a lot of my friends were like my crew, my homies and all that stuff. They weren't into like entertainment or doing any of that stuff. So like when we go camping, I'd like bring like a vlog camera, try recording it, and people are like, don't put that online. What do you do? I don't want to be like, it was a very foreign thing. Even like live streaming stuff. I worked for a live streaming, it's sort of like a Periscope or whatever.
Periscope,
like
I remember that. Yeah,
like an Instagram Live.
Yeah.
It was called Hang With, and I was trying that, and none of my friends were about like being like, because I had to do live streams for it. So I was like, all right, well, my goal is I'm gonna get through school, go to LA after that with like a film degree, and then I'll meet like-minded people. Long story short, it just took forever to like, anytime I'd reach a hurdle, I wouldn't get started. I'd be like, okay, they don't want to be filmed. Next Monday, I'll try something. Next Monday, and then all of a sudden I then started watching Game Grumps, and they do like a Let's Play where they just commentate over games. And a buddy of mine, we have a really funny back and forth. We would always like make our friends laugh. So I was like, let's do that. But it was just like, that wasn't working either. I didn't have the right equipment, none of that. So there was always some hurdle that got me to stop. And I never really had an audience or really thought like anyone would watch or care either. So I wouldn't necessarily shell out the money that I needed for the equipment, because I'm like, I don't have enough money right now to pay my rent. So I'm not going to spend all this and then nothing's going to happen. But basically then Pokemon Go came out, and I was excited about that, and I wanted to make content on that. But on the iPhone, you couldn't record your screen at the time unless you had it plugged in.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Unless you had it plugged into your MacBook, and I didn't have a MacBook. That would have been whatever, thousands of dollars. And then I was like, well, shoot, I like using the iPhone. I don't want to switch a whole phone to record a thing that no one's gonna watch like that. So just like stuff like that. Went through a fucking self-discovery journey, and by the time I came back, I was like, I was in some sort of like enlightened state where I'm like, who cares if no one watches? Who cares? I just want to do this. And if it doesn't work out, it's the same thing as me not doing it, like I haven't been doing it the last decade.
Good. Yeah,
like, so Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu was coming out, and I was like, you know what? I was gonna try to do Game Grumps, like Let's Plays of that. But because I knew myself, I was just like, the only way to get the content out as soon as like strike when the iron's hot is live. So I did that live, and then after day one, like 2 people showed up, and I enjoyed that. And then day 2, 3 people showed up, and then it just kind of went from there. And then the iPhone allowed you to record at some point, and then that's when I met other content creators through just doing that, and then started going to like events, and then started making vlogs.
I love some of your early ones, Tom. I remember you did your epic streams when you were doing your live streams playing Pokemon Go, and like you were doing like these epic journeys, and you were like, you'd done a 3-hour con day, you know, and you're still chatting to people. The energy was amazing, mate. But I also saw some of your first vlogs when you're almost walking around like a desert, you know, and you go, right, I think we've got a Pokestop here when the game was very early on.
Yeah.
I think we've all done that in different ways. The game was so unique, wasn't it? It was so out there, wasn't it? It was the first game where everybody kind of was like, I want to pick that up and have a go at it if you could log in at the time.
Totally. Like, I don't understand like how it was as magical as it was, but it was. Like, I remember exactly where I was when it came out. I remember hearing about it coming out beforehand. I'm like, all right, I'll play a Pokemon. I'll try a Pokemon mobile thing because I like Pokemon. I've grown up playing Pokemon. I like it. I'd be down. And then when I downloaded it and it was just like, oh, I have to like, I was like trying to move my character and I was like, oh, I have to like get up and move. I was like, oh shoot, there's like there's a Venonat out here? Like, wait, what? And like following the footsteps where it goes from like 3 to 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Like I remember thinking to myself that like when they release Articuno, it's gonna be like at Mount Everest, and that's how you have to get Articuno.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, wait, maybe this area in Ventura is the only place with like Venonats, and like people over there don't get Venonats, which they did sort of do with the regionals, but I thought it was more like like you have to go to certain, like Tauros was only going to be like in the west or something like that is what I thought.
Yeah, a bit more region split.
Yeah,
I guess.
And just everyone was playing it. Like my coworkers at the time, like none of them really gamed as much, but they were all playing it, and they were like, yo, I got this thing over here. And I was like, really? What? Like I would show up like after work to my roommate, and he's like, I got a Snorlax. I'm like, where'd you get the fucking Snorlax?
That's what it was like in 16, wasn't it? Literally everybody you saw was playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just insane.
I've heard people joke, but it's not. I mean, I kind of buy it. It's like that when that game came out, it was like the closest we've ever been to like world peace.
Yeah,
it's like that. Like
Totally.
Literally, everyone was just out there, just like what'd you get? What? And like just meeting and talking and stuff like that. I mean, I fucking ran for stuff. I ran for stuff too. People were like, there's a Lapras over by the whatever. I'm like, what? And then everyone's going. We just have to go for it, you know?
I remember like going out for 3 a.m. spawns and stuff like that. You think, I've got to fucking get it. I've got to get it.
Yeah.
But that was just last night, wasn't it?
Every day.
Dude.
Every day.
That was for a Hundo Dratini, wasn't it, Mike? That spawned in the park.
No, he wanted a Bulbasaur.
It's like a level 1 Gibble.
Yeah.
Something.
Level 1 Gibble. I can tell you're on the call, Tom, by the way. I've had 2 Lunatone just spawn on my bloody Incensed. What's that about?
Oh, man.
You know what? It's real. I've had so many spawn today, and like, there's normally none.
Yeah, whenever it was on my side of the world, it like never spawned. I would like never find those things, like ever. So I'd be like, it basically wasn't even here.
Speaking about Lunatone, Tom, you have the deepest love for a Pokemon out of anybody I've ever seen in Lunatone. What is it about Lunatone that literally got you to chase it around the world?
So every generation I had my team and I had my favorites. I grew up with Red and Blue, and then Gold and Silver was my favorite generation. I loved Donphan from the first movie, so he was always my favorite. And then Generation 3 wasn't really my thing, but Lunatone was so cool looking to me. I'm like, oh, this guy's awesome. He was my favorite from that generation. So when Gen 3 was coming out in Pokemon GO, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I'll have a Lunatone in my possession, right? Because I just thought, I love the moon. I love space. I love like NASA type stuff. Like I like looking at the stars. I always wanted to go to the moon. I always used to, not obsess, but just like fantasize of like, I would love to be on the moon and look back at the Earth from the moon and be like, everything I've ever known, ever, is like right there. But anyways, so I've been a big fan of the moon, and then so once that came out to Pokemon GO, it was like, it's a regional, and I was like, oh, frick. Like, I wasn't traveling at the time. I was like, this thing's a regional, dude? We get Solrock? Oh. So I have friends that live in Australia that moved there. And so in 2018, in March, I flew out there with some roommates to go visit them. And when I was there, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a Lunatone when I'm here. I get that for my decks because it's, you know, I didn't really travel all that much then. I didn't really have all that much money to do so. And so I was like, let's find it. None of my friends over there play Pokemon GO at all. And I was on a trip with other friends. I didn't have a car. So it was basically like, I was at their mercy. And like you said, Lunatone doesn't really spawn. So I was like, wait, Lunatone only spawns at 9 p.m. till like 9 a.m.? So all day, I couldn't hunt for it at all until it got to nighttime. And unless wherever we were going for dinner or whatever, that's the luck I had. I couldn't just go like, bye, it was good seeing you guys. I'm going to go look for Lunatones for 5 hours. Like, you know what I mean?
See you in the morning.
For breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. So
See you at breakfast.
Dude, for real. So I was there for like 2 weeks, and I would tell them about it. I'm like, I'm looking for this thing, and I couldn't find it. I would just like lay at night, like in our little Airbnb, looking. They had like maps, like a Sydney, Australia, like maps. Yeah. And it was just like, Lunatone over here, Lunatone over here. I was like, should I get an Uber for $40 and go get this Lunatone? Like, just sitting there obsessing about it.
Milo would, mate, if it makes you feel better.
I
Milo would,
almost
mate.
did. I literally almost did. And but I just thought, like, by the time, because like the timer's on the things, like by the time the Uber gets here and I get out there, it's probably gonna be gone. And I don't know if you guys have been to Australia, but I was in Byron Bay. Yeah. And we had an Airbnb there, and it was the morning, and I was like, in the morning I would go on little jogs and stuff. It's like before everyone was awake to like see if I could find a Lunatone first. And it was one of the last
Early morning run.
Yeah,
Early morning
like, I
run.
gotta do some exercise, you know. And so
2 a.m.
I got up, I went on a jog, and I didn't see anything on any nearby Pokestops. And on the way back, all right, I'm defeated. I'm going back to go see him, and it popped up on the thing. And just when it popped up, just that feeling of like, holy shit, here it is. Because obviously it's been around all over the place, but for me, like, it was my first time really traveling that far. I'm like on the other side of the fucking world. It took me forever, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, I found this thing. And clicking, it just felt like mysterious, and catching it just felt like this is like some crazy gem. So after that, it stuck itself further as like special, as like a favorite Pokemon in a way. So
It made you work for it, didn't it, mate? It made you really work for it, didn't it?
it made me really work for it, yeah. And then I flew back after March, and then they swapped regions, and then I was getting people in my Discord like, hey, there's a Lunatone by the Starbucks if anyone wants to grab one before we just to take our morning shit. I don't know. I guess we could grab a Lunatone. I was like, cool. It's all over the place now. Whatever. Once they released the shiny, they swapped it back to the other side, and so that's when I was like, my only chance to hunt for this shiny is when I'm on a trip. And so that's my obsession of it. And then getting all the memories attached to it is why it's my favorite.
And that video you did chronicling your chase for the shiny, that was a fucking awesome video.
You like it?
Montage. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
It's cool though, isn't it? Because like those type of memories, they're hard to come by now, aren't they, in the game? You know, because we've had a lot of the mods out, a lot of the shinies have been out. You know, and a new shiny now isn't quite exciting. But I remember back in the day when shiny Lunatone was released, it was so hype. It was so hype.
Indeed, I remember getting it 5 checks in.
Oh, God.
Okay, thanks, Milo.
Dude.
You're
Here
loving.
he
Here he goes.
Dude, that reminds me,
being
dude.
smug.
It's
First trip when it was shiny was Singapore. We were doing the Sentosa Safari Zone, and there was just a guy. We were all at dinner. Just some guy that plays just had an incense on. I was like, "Oh, shiny Lunatone." And I had literally been up till like 4 a.m. going around every night I was in Sentosa grinding these things because it was spawning a lot around Sentosa. It was spawning a lot in Sentosa. I was there the first night, and then as soon as the Safari Zone started, they like nerfed all the spawns around. So I was like, no! Like you couldn't do anything unless you were part of the Safari Zone because they didn't want people around the area or something. So I was hard pressed to find some spawns.
You can have slack offs.
Cool.
That was
Thanks. Oh
Dortmund.
my god, I love Slackoth, and it's awful shiny.
Dortmund flashbacks now. Change the subject.
Oh right, yeah.
Talk about Dortmund.
Yeah,
Jeez.
cool.
I'll ask my question then. So why do you not think we fucking look alike?
Oh, I mean,
I'm taking the piss. I'm taking the piss.
Yeah.
No.
I just I've been taking a beating on Twitch for a lot of things appearance wise. I'm like, no, I think you're a fucking handsome dude. I've got some shit I gotta work on. I'm looking into fucking rhinoplasty in a second here, dude. Like I don't think you should fucking ever compare. I'm like, no, you guys are Gucci.
No, I'm only messing. But no, bro, my question is, apologies if the boys have obviously they've met you before in real life. This is kind of like my first encounter with you. So where did your name come from? How did you get to the cruise ship? I'm just really intrigued, and I think some of the listeners will know as well that it's sort of where's the combination to Tom to the cruise ship?
So my name is Tom Cruise, and I just was trying to think of a name that was kind of clever. That wasn't just my name. Growing up, whenever I had like gamer tags or anything like that, like I would just, if it was something I liked, like it was like Futurama would be my name or something like that, or like Super Saiyan Gohan was like my name. So I never really had anything clever. And so I was trying to think of a channel name, and I was like, what could I do with like a play on my name that's not just like my name? Some of my friends were like, Cruise Missile. And I was like,
That would have been good.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't go with that one.
So yeah, exactly. So I said cruise ship because I originally was planning on doing multiple type of content. Like maybe I'd review, like how you see me bitching about the Boba Fett show. Maybe I'd review shows. So it'd be like, oh, we're on a cruise. We're on a game cruise today, or we're on a movie cruise today, or whatever the hell. It was like my original thought process, and I just kind of stuck with it.
And that is actually your government, yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
You're slightly taller though, aren't you, Tom?
I would think so. Never met him in person, but everyone says he's a little short, so I'm good in that department at least.
There's nothing wrong with being short.
Yeah, no shade, no shade.
Ian loves the shorts, don't you, Ian? You've got very defensive over that now. He's like,
Seriously, Tom, when the four of us are together, it's like them three, and then me down there.
Oh,
Do you remember
dude,
there's that video of the first time I met you, Ian, and in the background you can hear my voice going, "You're a lot shorter than mine."
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy when you meet people that you've like seen on either TV or online for a long time, and they're like taller or shorter than you expected. You know what I mean? Like it's like, whoa, oh my god, what?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, and he doesn't know, how big, and I was going to say how big their cock is.
You don't find out until you meet them in person. It's only
yeah.
Those
Oh,
angles.
sorry.
I don't trust a pig.
Who's got another question?
I'll throw a question out. Where are you wanting to go with your Twitch streaming bits and pieces? Like, what's your ambition for the future? Since we're at the beginning of a new year, what do you want to achieve?
I want to achieve just being comfortable. That's really what I want to achieve. Maybe that's too low of a goal. I want to get to a point where I'm not like fucking around as much as I am, where I'm actually a little more professional with it. I'm like one of the few content creators I feel that I don't ever post on Instagram. I haven't posted on YouTube in a long time. I don't post on TikTok. I'm barely doing like that. I'm not really I don't have merch, like that type of shit. I want to really be like, boom, take this into the next gear. And I want to get to a point where it doesn't feel like it could go away tomorrow. That's basically, I want it to be like, this is my career and this is what I do and this is awesome. I don't need to reach a level. I don't want to reach a level where I say something like, hey, dicks, am I right, guys? And then all of a sudden it's like trending or something. I don't want that. But like, I want to get to a point where I'm not like sweating that it's going to disappear tomorrow, basically. And I don't know if that's not a good ambition to have, but I just want it to be like, I want better setups. I want better quality of stuff. I want better things. Like, I want it to be more fun.
So on that note, if you do want Tom's merch, it will be linked in the description to this podcast.
There you go. Yeah, it's non-existent. The reason I don't have it is like, A, just not getting on it. And B, like, I want it to be like, that's why I never started my content creation career for the longest time. Like, when I had shoddy equipment, was I want to be perfect when it comes out. Like, I don't want to just be like, here's a fucking, my face on a fucking sock, right? Or whatever the hell. I want it to be like a whole ass, like, line.
I'll buy 6 pairs, Tom. Get them on, mate. Buy them on. I'll buy 6 pairs. Don't you worry.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But that was another reason where it's like, if you guys are like, if anyone listening is thinking about getting into content creation and being like, no one's gonna watch, or my stuff's not good enough. Literally, that's the enlightenment mode I had, where I was like, who gives a shit? Just put it out. And I look back at my old stuff and I'm like, holy God. Like, I still have not the best setup at all. I've been able to make do, but like, just do it, basically.
It's just about you being you. You don't change yourself. You're just who you are. And I think when you go on that journey, you do hit the crossroad, don't you? Like you said, that it's actually, well, if I really enjoy this, and I do, is there a way of making this something that allows me to live my life, and I can do this to support that? It's only natural. You see other people's journeys, don't you? Go, well, they've done it like that. No, it's not necessarily about changing you as a person, but it's the little tweaks they've made, isn't it? Do I want to release a t-shirt? Do I want to release a badge? Do I want to do it? Do I need to change it a bit to appeal to a bigger audience? Or is it actually, I've got a great audience as it is, but it's actually giving them something that they can invest in me more off the back of? But I can imagine Twitch is easier to engage, is it, with people?
Yeah, I went to Twitch because I felt it was better designed for live streaming, and I enjoyed live streaming. I would watch a few streams on Twitch and just see the community. It was like built for it, versus like YouTube. There'd be people on there, but a lot of times they're watching videos for the most part. And that could not be, that's just my own personal experience and thoughts. Like, I don't know if that's actually true or not. Because like on Twitch, you could rating people, where you just type /raid and you actually like send the people over there. There was gift subs where you could you could use emotes in other channels. I know YouTube's like starting to do that stuff now, but just as like live streaming went, you didn't have to make a thumbnail. It was a whole bunch of like other stuff that like I was just like, she seemed, and you get back then, I mean, like I guess you can curse on YouTube, but it felt more like it was supposed to be more PG, and like I wanted to be able to like play music, which you can't really do anymore because of the DMCA. But I wanted to play like music. I wanted to like, make it kind of like a party in a sense, and so that's where a lot of the drinking was involved, because I just wanted to be fun and have a good time. That's why I like bring the high energy and stuff like that. So that's why I felt that Twitch was better, and I've enjoyed it, and I definitely let the YouTube slack on that. And it doesn't matter like who's watching or whatever. You should just do it, and people, if you're having fun, then most likely people are going to have fun as well. But I wouldn't want to put a video out if I wasn't happy with it. And that's where I kind of struggled a lot with COVID. Because if I would go out there and I wanted it to be funny And if I didn't feel like it was funny at all, I wouldn't want to upload it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
if I went out there and I shot and I'm like, all right, I'm looking for the hoot hoot, and I go out and nothing really funny happened and I didn't really find the hoot hoot, I'd have people being like, dude, put it up. I want to see it regardless. I'd be like, yeah, but I don't feel like anyone wants to see me not getting something or someone wants to see me not being funny.
Yeah.
So because of that, then I wouldn't upload it. I wasn't enjoying that aspect of it. So with Twitch, I could just be kind of like live and like interacting with people and having fun doing that. But I do want to get back onto YouTube. You need to be in like a routine with it.
Headspace.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And also, like with YouTube content, I guess you've got to be happy with it yourself, like you say.
Exactly.
You are consumer number one, really. It's your product. If you're not
Yeah, if
content
you can't
with
stand
it.
watching your own video, just let alone what everyone else is going to think.
I can't stand watching any of my stuff. I don't understand how anyone even wants to talk to me at all. I'll watch a clip and be like, how do you, like, my microphone sounds awful. Like, what? This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But I'm very happy that anyone wants to watch. But yeah.
I just want to ask you a real funny question, really, was, what is the strangest thing that you've experienced through creating content? Has it ever been that one moment you've gone, that's weird, and it's freaked you out a bit, or it doesn't have to necessarily freak you out, but has there been anything that you could really memorable from it?
Like interactions with people that watch or like stuff out on the field?
Either or, mate, but like, have you ever had like a weird moment where someone's gone, oh, where are you? What park are you in? Let me come meet you, sort of thing. Anything weird,
There's people
weird,
that
yeah.
want to. There's some people that'll be like, "Oh, hey, just a heads up. Like, I can see like where you live. That might be dangerous for you or something." I'm like, "Why are you looking up where I live?" Like, should I be worried about you, the one warning me about it? I grind in a lot of very public places. People grind there as well. It's grind spots as well. So I'm always happy to kind of run into people as long as I've never really gotten a weird vibe from somebody IRL. But I'm very cautious with that stuff. I would hang out with like Holly and stuff, and we'd be like, we went to some thing at some point, and we were sitting at a restaurant, and she put a lure on. It was like Pokemon Master Holly on a lure. I was like, what are you fucking doing? Like, what do you mean? It says Pokemon. Like, what are you doing? So like for me, like that's like I'm a little cautious in that regard, I guess. But like otherwise, I want to actually like meet and talk to everybody. You just gotta be careful. Like there's people that like recognize me in my local spots that I don't find out until later. Yeah, like there was someone that was weird. I was at a park. It was with Awesome Adam. Someone else. We were at a park and we were talking about something. And this guy had been jogging around for like an hour while we were grinding this nest. And later he comes
with
up,
a rope, masking tape.
yeah. And he came up and was just like, and was talking about like, so I heard about like the Avengers thing, yada yada yada, and like, and he totally knew us and knew who we were and all that. And I was like, oh my god, like what if I was talking about like, so anyways, so then my grandma killed this guy, like you know what I mean? Like it's that type of stuff. You gotta, not that my grandma killed anybody.
So
Yeah, but no, I haven't really gotten any weird experiences there. I've had some people that just like yell at the camera, that like they just want to be a part of whatever's being filmed, and I've yelled. I can't help myself. I yell back. I think I have a clip somewhere here where I'm vlogging and this guy, he just like comes out and sees me and he's like, vlogger, and then I just respond with doucher.
Well done, Sherlock.
Hold on.
Actions, however, is not
Love
That's about
Love
brilliant.
that.
Maybe they just have a compulsion to name everyone's profession.
Yeah, well, it's just like it felt like just like an animalistic, like he just sees me and he's like, vlogger. It's like he came out of the fucking, like, I think it was like H&M or something like that.
Well, thanks for that, Tom. That's brilliant. So we're going to move into the next section. Milo is going to talk about the news.
Is the news.
The news of 2022. We're back. And to kick things off, we're covering a little bit about the Mountains of Power, which is currently ongoing as you listen to this episode. It's going to end on January the 13th at 8 p.m. your local time. We're not going to dive into too many details about this. We'll just have a little discussion about it. It hasn't started for us at the moment. First and foremost, Shiny Slugma got released, which I'm super hyped for. We'll talk about it in a second. And the major bonus is half walking distance to earn hearts with your body. Thanks, Ian. Which comes with a lot of extra perks alongside it if you work with that bonus. I'm not going to read through the rest of the details because you guys are playing the event at the moment, but what do we think about the first proper event of 2022, guys?
No, but for me, I've been out of the Pokemon GO loop, so I've sort of not really known what's going on. But what I do know, I think I saw a picture on Twitter that Slugma's Shiny is actually sick. It's actually
Yeah,
good.
it looks good.
And I also know that we're now in January, which means Onyx is the research breakthrough. And yeah. But no, jokes aside, the shiny looks sick, mate. Yeah, the shiny looks sick.
Does look sick.
It's great, and actually it's one where we've had them for spotlight hours. We've had it sort of in events, and it's been the one that stood out there without its sparkles on, a bit like Solosis spotlight hour earlier this week.
God.
But now, if anything, it's another Pokemon that obviously we're going to go ham during the event for, but it's just another one. Then when you see it in the wild moving forward, you'll check it. Which is, it's like a Whismer effect, isn't it? As I sort of call it now. It's you don't mind it, but yeah, it looks a good event, Milo.
I love Slugma. The shiny's awesome. Magcargo, I wish it kind of stayed with the gray, but it's still a beautiful shiny regardless. I think that's a very cool line. It's one that I feel like not the shiny gets overlooked, but just the Pokemon in general I feel like it's overlooked. It's a pretty cool Pokemon, I think. Like a magma slug. It's sick.
It knows Incinerate as well, the fast attack.
I was going to say, it got a GPL update not too long ago, didn't it?
Yeah, so it might be making some waves.
And Frenzy Plant Coops, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about that.
Later.
For me, it looks like a pretty inoffensive event. There's a couple of things to grind for. Nose Pass, a lot of people don't have. Valiant Shiny form. Ferroseed's out for people that didn't get it last year at Go Fest and it's shiny. And I still need a Barboach, so there's quite a lot to grind for. It looks like a pretty decent event. I'm not head over heels, but it's a pretty solid start to the year in my opinion.
I kind of agree. Everything has a shiny potential, first and foremost, which is great. Also, forgot to mention, Mega Aerodactyl will have dropped, which is cool. New rock type Mega, which is nice.
Mate, actually, I'm taking the piss. Like, I know we always take the piss out of Megas, but it's actually supposed to be quite good. If
It
I'm
is.
correct.
It's got an attack of 292.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
shoot.
best.
I
It's
didn't
the
know
best
Aerodactyl.
overall rock type. It's ahead of Shadow Tyranitar.
Is it really? No,
Really?
it's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
in
cool.
terms
That's
of
cool.
DPS at times TDO.
Mate, are you being
Wow.
serious?
Yeah, it's
Are you
only
being dead-
behind Rampardos, I think, in terms of DPS, from what I read somewhere.
Damn.
It's a solid Mega.
I bet they won't be doing a research on that gives you 200 Aerodactyl Mega Energy,
Well,
will
they're
they?
giving us the Onyx
Bloody
thing now. Which, it's funny you brought up the Onyx Mega Energy. I've got one bit of moaning to do and then one bit of actual useful information. They've put Onyx as a rare spawn for this event. So the research breakthrough Pokemon for January is spawning in an event in January. Doesn't that just sound fucking stupid? Like,
What do you actually expect, Milo?
I don't expect anything.
I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on. They make some good decisions and they make some decisions like, what are you thinking? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if they talk to anybody. I think they just throw darts at something like, fuck, it's Onyx.
I've said the same thing, mate. I've said the same thing. Literally.
Dartboard or crack pipe.
I love it. They're all there. The bit's spinning. They go, oh, don't hit Onyx. And then he hits it and he's like, like they're all having banter.
Yeah, that's like, shit, all right, upload the tweet. Like,
Yeah.
They'll have all these different teams working on different parts of the game and they're all picking the same thing. That's why everything's just like, it's a perfect storm for
That's probably
January.
it. They'll have a meeting at the end of January and they'll go, so what did you put at this as a research breakthrough? Onyx. Fuck. Well, we put
We put
Onyx
that
as
event.
as an event.
yeah. It might be a thing where people are too afraid to, like, speak up to their higher-ups, right? Like, it's like, I say Onyx. We're like, great idea, Rick. They'll love it.
We have no issues with this.
Yeah. Like,
sort
the
of
last
thing.
person got fucking fired or something
Yeah.
like that, you know? Like, it's like, I don't think we should release that Pokemon. It's like, just walking out with their box of stuff.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprising, I have to say. Wouldn't be surprising. But I'm going to be the trainer club for a second here with the event bonus people. It's half walking distance to earn hearts with your buddy. That means it's going to be easier to get emotion points on your buddies, which means it's going to be quicker to get to excited mood, which means it's going to be a hell of a lot quicker and easier to get XL candy, normal candy, and if you're walking something that has mega potential, free mega energy. Genuinely worth putting on something like a Togekiss or a pseudo legendary of some kind, or even a cheap mega like Gyarados, Pidgeot, one of the Gen 1 starters, so you can stock up on resources while you're walking around on the weekend. I think it's a really cool bonus.
Yeah, I think so too.
Milo likes to get his buddy excited, don't you, Milo?
All the time. All the time, mate.
The quicker the better.
Without the use of a poffin. Do it organically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, it seems like an awesome event.
Looks good.
Wishing
Yeah.
everybody the very best of luck with shiny Slugma. Hopefully you can get the grey ghostly slug.
Yeah, I'm glad they're releasing it before the Johto tour because when Spearow and Paris came out, I didn't get those guys. Now I want to feel pressure to get Slugma before it disappears.
And then wait like another year.
Yeah, which with how fast time's flying, I don't realize that sometimes when I'm like, oh, I got the shiny finally. And I look and it's like, wait, it got released in like 2019?
Yeah.
I haven't got this guy for a year? Like, I still don't have Clink, and Clink has been out for years.
I don't have Clink.
Yeah, like, my God, dude. Like it could be a decade before I get this thing.
Bring back
you
or
gotta
bring
get it.
Clink Com
It'll be
Day
on Clink Community
2022.
Day in 2 years' time.
Well, it's funny you mention. That's a bloody good segue because on the note of Community Days, we've had a new style sort of event drop. Community Day Classic back to Bulbasaur. This is going to be a separate event. So Sphere is still January's new Community Day. The weekend after on January the 22nd, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. your local time. So it's only a 3-hour window.
Which is what Community Day should be.
Bugger off here.
Yes. 9 hours, Milo said.
Fight. We'll fight on Sphelecom Day.
Deal.
What they're doing with this?
Naked. In
Naked in
mud.
baby oil.
In mud.
What they're doing with this Com Day is it's basically a carbon copy of the 2018 Com Day. So Bulbasaur is going to be featured within those 3 hours. If you evolve during those 3 hours and up to 2 hours after, Venusaur will learn Koops' favourite move, Frenzy Plant. Which is great. They are going to have a $1
Powder snow.
Powder snow on. Oh my god, Venusaur mad. And they're going to give you a $1 research, so it's not a complete carbon copy of 2018 when we got
some new
bugger all.
content there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of new content. It's going to be 3 times catch XP, so another opportunity to get 3 times catch XP. The lures and incense will last 3 hours, and also there's some snapshots that are going to be available, which they've uploaded into the code. And there'll be the event bundles with some Ultra Balls and the Elite Charge TM this time around. So, what do we think about this concept of Com Day Classic?
I'm cool with it. You know, it's if we're getting the standard Com Day normally, like I'm cool with it. It's definitely like it's a carbon copy, but I've talked to and met a lot of people that have only gotten started like within the last year. Like, oh, I didn't get the Larvitar, I didn't get the whatever. I'm like, you don't have a shiny Dratini? What are you talking about? So I'm okay. Like 3 times catch XP is always welcomed in my opinion. So if it's like another reason to kind of like get out during a situation where I'm like waiting for an event or something like that, like I'm cool with it, you know.
It's a good point, that, because I was thinking back, this shows you how long ago these Com Days came out. When Com Days first came out, I didn't understand the concept of Com Days other than the same Pokemon spawned. When I first played it, I didn't understand the fact that the shiny rates were boosted. So I remember when I played Bulbasaur Com Day in Milton Keynes, we were walking around a park and like it was a few odd spawns. The spawns seemed lighter back then from memory, but like I didn't get a shiny on Bulbasaur Com Day. Would you believe it? When I played it in Milton Keynes, I remember it was the only one I never got a shiny on the day.
You did get fewer shinies, didn't you, back in the day? You did get a lot fewer shinies.
Yeah, real potential to not get any.
My view on it is actually initially it was a little bit, oh, here we go. But actually, I don't mind it. And as long as I don't do Pikachu, I'm Classic Com Day in February.
Do you know what? I am like Mark. I do have a positive opinion about it. I think it's good, especially like Tom said, new players have come in. XL Candy. People would have collected, let's say, good IV ones for PvP, but they haven't evolved it and they don't want to use, what's it called? An Elite TM. Yeah. They haven't got them. So understand it. But again, insert parrot noise. The only thing that worries me again is that instead of just giving this game a 10-year bracket, making it just fucking amazing and calling it a day, that's the game, you've completed it, well done. They're giving it a 30-year lifespan, and in the end it's going to die out because because all jokes aside, this is it now. Next month it's going to be Squirtle. Next month it's going to be
Charmander 3.0.
Yeah, which is fine. But they're going to do them all again, which means I don't know. It just means we've got to go through it all again, which I don't know. But no, do I hate it as a one-off? Do I hate it? No, I actually think it's really cool, and I actually do. But that's it. Sorry, I wasn't being negative. I'm just saying it just worries me that we're going to now go through every single community day again, and it's just like, really, guys, like that adds on another 2 years. Like, do you know what I mean, I'm nearly dead. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, I totally get that. And that's why I was like, it's cool that they're still keeping the Sphere Com Day, because as long as we're not getting like, this Bulbasaur was the one we're getting this month. then it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, now we're just getting this for the same thing. So if we get a new one, so it's like, all right, cool, we don't have to worry about the repeat, and then we get the repeat later. It's like, I'm alright with it. I think it's pretty cool, but you never know. It's most likely they're gonna repeat. Like Pikachu's gonna be in February and all that stuff. But like they do whatever the hell they want. Like there was like, this time we're voting for Community Day shinies, and then that's gone.
Yeah.
And like I remember it was like between Rhydon and Vulpix, and Vulpix wasn't even on the bracket for getting voted for the next one.
Yeah.
It was like something bizarre. It was.
Yeah, it wasn't, was it?
Yeah, it was like, wait, why no? Why not Vulpix this time?
It's the dartboard again.
I think it's the dartboard. Yeah, but it's most likely they're gonna do the Pikachu and the Squirtle and all the repeat stuff. I would see that.
I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter, of course, if Beldum gets a second one in the summer, that'll be awesome. I get it. But, and I think actually, Mark, I think you want to talk about something later about the expansion of the game. And you lot know me by now. I'm a bit of a completed it. Let's move on. Ticket, done. Enjoyed
Completed
that.
it,
5-10 years. Yeah, complete.
Didn't liked it, loved it.
Yeah, is that Jay? Completed it. I'm a
Completed, mate.
completed it kind of guy. I'm not a guy that wants a game lurking over my head for 50 years. It's just not me.
Fair enough.
I think this is a very clever move on Niantic's part, so I'm actually going to give them a bit of a... Because initially, I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, that's another event I'm going to have to grind every month. But firstly, we don't really know where they're going to go with this. But let's say they do one every month. For OG people that played the original Community Days, you play it if you want to. You don't have to play it again. For new players, it's there for them to play. For people that want to grind the XL, the Stardust, whatever, again, it's there to play. As little as long as you want. But the clever bit is, if Niantic just said, right, we're going to do Bulbasaur 2.0 as a community day, the community would have been in fucking uproar. Because they're bringing it back as a classic community day, as a separate event, and we still get new content in the same month, it's win-win. There's not really any losing out other than the fact that we've lost another 3 hours of a weekend where we'd probably still be playing the game anyway.
Yeah, I agree. And I have to say, I saw that tweet go up, and I did the classic thing of like, I didn't bother clicking the link. I just saw Bulbasaur Community Day, and I was thinking, this is February's Com Day. So
Well, in the group chat, you messaged, so they fucked February up.
Yeah, so they fucked February up.
He was fuming.
And I clicked the link.
He was fuming.
I clicked the link. I was like, please, if it's going to be an old repeated Com Day, give it a new move. And it said Frenzy Plant. And I wrote a reply where Twitter actually stopped me and said, we don't condone rude language on here. It stopped me from responding because I was so fucked off. I did a retweet or something, calling them bell ends and stuff. And then someone said, it's an additional event. I was like, I should have probably read the date. So I went and looked. Okay, it's an additional Com Day. Delete tweet. Apologise. I was wrong. I'm fully agreeing with Ian on this. If they do this, and they say it's a fan favourite, so it is the beginning of a new concept. And much like, remember we had like Mega Aerodactyl once and it never happened again.
Yeah,
this may never happen again.
Yeah.
They tested it out and this disappeared in the same way they're testing out the box cost for the lures, and this is still going on. We don't know what's going on with Niantic. This may never come back, or they may keep going. They say it's a fan favourite, so they might do the starters, and then they might jump into the pseudo-legendary stuff, and please avoid Pikachu and all of that stuff.
Well, this is the thing. They can pick and choose what they want, can't they? There's no rule saying they have to do every community day in order from what they originally did.
Can I just say one thing about Pikachu? Because if there's one Pikachu community day which I actually genuinely want them to do, and I will play it from start to finish, yes, I know I've wanted it for about a year. I think that they should do a Pikachu. If they do a Pikachu community day, it should be with every single hat Pikachu that's ever been. No,
you just want more Pikachu Libres, don't you, Coops?
No. Listen, only legends get that one, baby boy. No, don't.
I have one.
I know.
A little cup doesn't count. Apparently, Coops has told us it.
But like I said, I know we're slagging off Pika, but honestly, if they did a hat one, I actually would not be mad at that at all.
No,
genuinely.
I agree with you, bro. As a separate event concept, that is really, really good because it stops us having Charmander 3.0 as a full event. It's an addition. It means if you don't want to play it, for me, with this Bulbasaur Com Day, I'm just going to Shundo check. I've got all the XL I need to max a second one to 50. I don't need XP, all of that sort of stuff. So it's very minimal. But there are newer players. I do think they should have the time of day to have a chance at the Com Day that happened 3 years ago. I'm personally very down with 2 Com Days per month. And like we've always said, you can pick and choose what you play. If you want to play everything,
exactly,
you play everything.
Exactly.
If you want to tell Bulbasaur to fuck off and jog on, you can.
Well, the thing is, we've all got FOMO, so we're all going to play it whether we're bitching mode or not.
Definitely. Definitely.
I think that wraps the news up,
That
doesn't
does
it, Milo?
indeed. That is all the news.
I think it's time for a game, Mark, isn't it?
It is time for a game. So over to Coops for the Flex game.
It's my game. It's my game.
Hell no, Ian. Hell no. We're doing the proper one. Not tonight. Not
No,
tonight.
it's that jingle. Milo won it over Christmas.
He did.
All right, so Tom.
Yo.
This is gonna be one of my favourite segments. We're gonna be playing a game here. I love the games on this podcast. So, gents, open up Pokemon Go. Scroll all the way down to medals. Ooh. We might as well start this off because we were just talking about Bulbasaur. Can everyone go to your Gardener badge, which basically means how many Grass-type Pokemon you've caught? And can everyone one by one tell me what your total is, and we'll see who wins the first round.
We're looking at 6664.
Oh, so close.
Two more.
Hey,
let's see. Is there any grass types here?
Yeah.
That'd
Dang
be a
it.
sick number. Dropping incense.
Sorry, wait. How many was that?
6664.
Oh, 6,000.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Yeah. That's the better way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'll go next. I've got 11,507.
Damn.
Or to make Tom feel like we're in the same room, 11507.
Yeah.
Tom.
Hey, what was that first number? That didn't make any sense. Oh, thank you.
9,761.
Right, go on then, cocky
I'll
bollocks.
go 34,116.
For fuck's sake, why? What's the
people.
point?
Why?
My people right there, dude.
I don't know why we played this game.
Honestly, we don't have to. No, we really don't.
What was your number, Milo?
34116.
So, Coops, you need to be over 8,000 for us all to have collectively beaten Milo. No pressure, bud.
Mine's actually 18,500.
Wow.
Okay.
But I feel like all of ours together only literally just add up to Milo's, right? Don't they?
Yeah, but
Wow.
we've said this
Yeah,
before, but Milo
shoot.
has a gotcha running 24/7.
That's right. Anyway, so that was round one. Well done, Milo. Yeah,
Thank you. Bug type medal.
Oh, no.
Let's do one for the bants because I know that Milo will definitely not win this one. What can you everyone go to the friend finder? Do you know the referral badge?
yeah.
How's everyone doing on that one? Yeah, just for the banter, just for the bants. Go on, Milo. You go first.
2.
Oh my god, I think he's going to win. Ian.
He's going to win. 1.
Oh no, Mark, please, Mark.
I haven't even got the badge.
Well, I've got,
Tom.
I've got one.
Oh, for
I got one,
fuck's sake.
dude. I got one.
Yeah, I've got one as well.
Yes.
Oh god.
Wait, hold on.
just unfortunate.
I think I could have 4 in a second.
Yeah, just put the referral code out on Twitter.
Tom, I've not played it in 3 months. Send it to me.
Yeah,
Refer me.
okay, for you.
And gents, last one for today, the Mega Evolution Guru badge, because why not? We've got Mega Aerodactyl, it's one to get mega hyped for. I'm on 8. I'm 8. Milo, you're going last. Ian?
1, 4, 14.
Oh, okay. Tom?
What does that one look like?
It's literally the one next to the referral code. That's basically how hard I look
like
for
an
it.
S, but it's like colour.
Okay.
It's the multicoloured.
I've got 11.
11? Okay. Marky boy.
I've got 16.
Oh. All right, here he goes.
17.
And that was Flex It Up. Well done, Milo. Well done,
Close.
Milo.
I retain the jingle.
3 for 3.
Well, Milo has kicked ass on his game yet again. Well done, Milo. It's our favourite brothers. We have brought them out yet again. We have got the Counter Brothers.
Yes, Counter Brothers are back because we have a new Mega in the game. Isn't that right, Milo? Mega Aerodactyl.
Oh, yes. Indeedio. Mega Aerodactyl coming in with a very high attack stat, has to be said. Proper good rock type. New Mega boost to the game. But the counters are actually quite interesting.
Yes, being a rock and flying type, it's weak to ice, electric, rock, steel, and water. Probably the first counter that I would recommend that you go for is Mega Blastoise with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon.
If you didn't want to go with the Mega route, and we obviously been raiding Kyurem earlier this month, you could just take the team from there and go with Metagross. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the water types, Milo. Mega Gyarados with Waterfall and Hydro Pump.
So you're sticking with the Mega
I'm
route.
sticking with the Mega route, and I'm sticking with the Water route.
Well, sticking with the water, I'm going to mix it up and go with Zekrom. We've obviously had it in latter part of 2021 as a raid boss. Charge Beam and Wild Charge on that top electric type attacker. Definitely worth chucking in against Mega Aerodactyl.
And I'm sticking with the water types, and we're going to go with Kyogre with Waterfall and Surf.
Very nice. And I'll stick with the electrics for this one. Therian Form Thunderous with Volt Switch and Thunderbolt. God, when was that out? That was like April of 2021. That's the best DPS non-shadow electric type that you can get.
Yeah, and I'm going to go to a different type in this time. I'm going to go to a rock type. You're going to laugh, but Mega Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide.
Yes, it's weak to itself.
Aren't we all?
Same, yeah, honestly, same. I relate to Mega Aerodactyl.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh, God.
Being weak to itself. I'm going to throw in a fun little pick here. Jirachi with Doom Desire on here. Charge Beam.
I didn't expect that, to be honest.
No.
Just if you felt like throwing it in.
And I'm going to go to a good old classic rock type Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge.
Not a bad shout, but it is outclassed by Rock Wrecker Rhyperior, of course, which you should have held on the December Com Day reroll for 2021. You want Smackdown Rock Wrecker on that one.
Absolutely. And Terrakion is another solid counter. Again, you've just said Smackdown and Rock Slide.
Absolutely. And I'll chuck one more in, why not? Dialga, pretty solid with the Steel-type moveset of Metal Claw and Ironhead on there.
Yeah, moving on to the ice types, I'm going to say Mamoswine with Powder Snow and Avalanche.
And Galarian Darmanitan. Somebody got 3 shinies over here, just being smug over, It's the best DPS non-shadow ice-type attacker for raids, so definitely Galarian Darmanitan is one to get.
And sticking with the ice types, if you want to be a little bit like Milo, stick with the Megas. Mega Abomasnow with Powder Snow and Weatherball.
And Frenzy Plant.
There are a couple more that you can go with. You've obviously got other water-type starters if you're really slacking with the counters, like Empoleon, and you can go with Swampert or Samurott, that's the name of it. But the final one I'm going to recommend.
I think we've pretty much covered the top tiers, would you not say?
Raikou.
Are you going to go Vaporeon?
Oh, we go budget counters. Yeah, there's a load of budget counters you could get, couldn't you? Vaporeon and Jolteon are not. They're very cheap. Glaceon probably the best bet, to be honest, because that will do the most damage out of all the evolutions.
Fill your boots, yeah, with your Mega Aerodactyls, guys.
Best of luck.
Thank you, boys. I think we'll be adding those to our mega decks, won't we, Coops? I think that's something that we're going to be excited for.
All our medals will go up by one.
Yeah.
Sure. And as a mega connoisseur here, I approve. I wanted to just add a little something to this one. It's. I feel a bit rusty hosting the podcast. It feels like it's been longer than it actually has, but that's what bringing a new year in does to you. This is just something that I thought would be quite a healthy, organic conversation. And I'm going to just sort of throw a scene setter to why I thought it'd be worth discussing it. There have been a couple of content creators recently, including friend of the show, Billy, Trainer Club, where they were recently discussing the possibility of Pokemon GO expanding to level 60. And that's why I'm concerned, by the way, for anyone who wondered where that came from at the beginning of the show. Still trying to get to 50, boys. Still trying to get to 48 at the moment. Where this is purely
Who was my best friend,
speculative.
by the way? Who was my best friend? I never asked in my intro. You said I'm with my best friend. Who was it?
Your Canadian friend.
Dax. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm with you. Sorry.
You said best friend. You should have said the other sort of friend.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom. I forget.
I guess I gotta go to Canada.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom, you've been dumped by your brother now, mate. Oh, dear God. As I said, this is speculative. I wanted to ask the question, what are your thoughts on this, and what could this look like based on how level 50 was rolled out? My sort of head with this and where it is think beyond purely the grind to each level, because, we could go, well, catch 10,000 grass type. Miley would do that in a day, probably. But what would Pokemon look like if that happened to the game? Would this add any benefits we could think of? And I don't want to sort of lead anyone down a pathway, but levels aside, what does that level 60, what could it do to the game? I want to throw it out there.
I'll jump in, because actually this is something that me and my local squad have discussed a reasonable amount, to be honest. It's obviously not beyond the realm of reality that they'll up the level cap again. Whether it takes them another 4 or 5 years to do it is up to Niantic, but if you think about where we're at in terms of powering up Pokemon, we get Pokemon to level 50, but there are half levels in those power-ups. They can easily switch it around over time and say, right, your Pokemon is actually level 100, and there could be 100 levels in Pokemon GO that you have to get through, but they just make the half levels into a full number. It's an easy mechanic to switch out, really. So you basically keep the same CP that we've got now for Pokemon, it just adds extra number that you have to add, and it would just add extra challenges to the game. I mean, I'm a grinder. I like my grind, so extra level grind.
Did you say you're on Grinder?
Yes, on Grinder.
That's how we met, Ian.
Oh, sorry, Chris, I forgot.
Do you know what
But no,
scares
you're right,
me about
Milo.
level? Oh, sorry, go on, bro. Sorry.
No, go on, Coops, go on, mate. I was just going to say it's...
No. You go.
Yeah.
You go. You go.
No, you go. No, you go.
So, get on your knees. So, my initial thoughts with level 60, I just feel like initially, straight off the bat, I do have like a proper opinion, but I think it would hurt me. It would hurt my soul. It would kill me inside pressing that power up button, which costs 1.6 mil to power it up by 4 combat power. That is and 87 XL candy for one level. But no, look, listen, I'm with Milo. Do I think it will happen? Yes, absolutely. Do I think it will be in the next year, 2 years? Absolutely not. I think that'll be a 2025 thing. 2024 at the earliest. For me personally, I don't know what you boys think about the whole XP level 40 thing when the game was first released. I really liked just the XP chase. I like that there were no stupid tasks. I like there were no stupid things. You didn't have to send gifts or power up anything. Your XP that you got you to level 40.
Or Battle Grunts, Coops.
Yeah. And then they announced level 50 and I was like, oh shit. And then I was so impressed that they'd made it a really high XP. Bearing in mind, Milo, yes, not high for you, but it's high for the normal player.
Yes.
176 million is a lot, right? I think I've got now 164, so I'm still 10 million away. But then obviously after a few hours when it was live in Australia and New Zealand, and what's that country, Milo, where it starts first in the world?
Kiribati.
Yeah. So when it then it all came out on social media that you have to do, like Ian said, all of these stupid, ridiculous tasks, walk 50 kilometers, I'm done. Like, I'm over it. Like, to me, the leveling up should just be on XP. If you get 70 million, you move up a level. 80 million, all of these tasks. That's why I'm still on level 46, because I could not give 2 flying fucks about battling 10 leaders. I don't give a shit. It to me, it completely takes the incentive away from wanting a raid and wanting to get your XP up. But I can also understand if you do have 200, 300 million, that as soon as the update's released, at a click of a hat, at the drop of a hat, click of your fingers, you're already there. So where's the excitement? So I understand that they were in this middle ground of trying to make it some sort of grind, but for me personally, I hate it. And if they do that for level 60, I am not looking forward to doing 100 leaders, opening 100 gifts, getting lucky. It's load of shit.
I'm in that mode where I'm super casual because I'm playing the new Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or that type of stuff. So I got stuck on one of the tasks, which is the walk 25 a week task. I'll get to like 20 kms and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, is it Monday? All right. So that kind of took the wind out of my sails. So I totally kind of get that. And as well as just like some of the other stuff. So I kind of grind casually. Like I don't grind as much as I used to. I used to like a new event. I go out there, I'm hunting for hours and stuff like that. Now that I'm kind of strictly on Twitch and stuff like that, I mainly will do like an Incensed from home if I stream it, etc. Because the mobile streams are a little more difficult right now, and especially with like COVID and all that stuff, it's a little sketch in the area. So for that, I'm not ready for a level 60 increase for sure, so I'm okay with it being a couple of years. But yeah, I do see both sides of that. I've been stuck at 47 for like I've had to do it 2 more times. I've had to make this little walk for like I think half a year. I think like, I just can't get the 25 by Monday.
I think the biggest challenge has been, it's like getting to level 40, I stopped grinding XP. I was like, I've done it. Level 40.
You kind of hit 40
days.
and you stop, don't you? Yeah.
And then there's people like Milo that have carried on, and fair play, because no one knew that was going to happen. And then like, you've got the XP in the bank almost, haven't you? For level 50. It's like,
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I only needed to get about 3 mil when it dropped.
It was fun at the beginning when you went, oh, I've got enough XP for 41, but it just got to do that, bum. And like you said, it got to 44 and it got tedious. So you go, oh, I've got to do GBL. Sorry, Coops, wrong one for you. For you, that was a wet dream, wasn't it?
Mate, did you hear me? I was literally agreeing with you, and then I was like, no. I was like, no.
I thought you broke your New Year's resolution then, Coops.
Yeah. No, Ian, you've done well though, mate. You've been plugging away, bud.
Yeah. The XP it mounts up quite quickly actually, especially now that I'm on the excellent throw game. It mounts up. Milo said to me ages ago, "Is like nail your excellent throws and your XP will just fly," and it really does. Especially when we're getting these double and triple XP events like we've got coming up this month. But my thoughts on the whole thing, I don't think anyone's got anything to worry about. They're not going to jump to level 60. Let's face it, level 60 is too big a jump. I think maybe level 55 at some point, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. You've got to remember, apart from these hardcore grinds, the majority of the player base is still somewhere between level 30 and level 45. There's a very, very small percentage of people that are actually at level 50, so it's inevitable it will come at some point if the game is still around, but I don't think we've got to worry for the next maybe a couple of years before they even look at putting another level cap in.
Gives us hope, doesn't it? I think from one of the vlogs that I saw about it, they sort of suggested, yeah, it's definitely not going to be this year. It's very unlikely to be the year after. This is probably 24, 25.
We're looking at least 2 more years, at least
It's
2
a
more years.
long way down the road. Long way down the road.
Yeah.
But I forget the beauty with that sort of thing is even if you don't want to have to do those challenges and stuff or you hate them, you can still grind XP, and then when you actually
The tasks will naturally happen, won't they, as and when you do things?
Yeah, they should do, or you'll just accumulate the XP, so the next level you just always have the XP for it.
Yeah,
that's a really good point, actually. But I think one of the things I liked about it was what could the game look like if there was a grind to level 60. And the thing I liked about it was maybe like the medals, where we've got them at platinum at the moment. Dare I say it, diamond medals.
Diamond.
You see, I don't think they'll ever
afterwards.
go above platinum, because if you look at Ingress as kind of a framework for where all Niantic games go, they've got platinum badges, but they haven't got diamond badges. I think platinum is the top badge that they've got.
Blue diamond badge would be sick.
It's just more for you to win on, Milo, when we do the games.
Yeah.
God, how many diamond medals have you got? Fucking hell. Diamond? But the other thing I liked was maybe the concept of, getting something permanent in the game if you hit level 60. So I think one of the things that someone mentioned on Twitter was an infinite super incubator, something that really just sort of goes, you've hit level 60. It's a big deal. What does that really come down to? We might get 2 rare Candy XLs, maybe.
Yeah, 'cause they didn't give you anything for level 50. In fact, level 50,
You got a
get to level
jacket.
50.
What more do you want?
You get to level 50, and then you can no longer get rare XL candy. It's like, well done. Now fuck off.
But do
I like
you know
the
what?
idea of something like a super incubator permanent to get to level 60, because it kind of makes it like back in the old days of like 100% completing a video game, you get some special like bazooka or something. It kind of makes it worth the grind.
Yeah, because I see in normal in like console games and stuff. I've just completed a Need for Speed Heat, and if you go around and do all the objectives, you get special limited edition cars. And I've never really bothered doing that. It's like you go around and do all the drift zones, and you unlock a specialized drift car. It does give meaning to completing the aspects of the game. So it would be a cool
an incentive
addition.
as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I think people would really love, just to round this nice little chat off, if they ever do release up to level 60 and, the players, go through all these tasks or whatever they're doing and you get to level 60, I think what a good reward would be is if they rewarded us with another Bulbasaur community day. I think that would be really fun. Just be like,
I'm hearing things.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Guys, that was fun. It was nice just to have that conversation. And I think, like you said, I think for the next couple of years, certainly for me, it's about pulling my finger out and trying to get to level 50.
Out of where?
Level 50 by the end of the year, Mark. Level 50 by the end of the year.
For the end of the year. And for Milo, it'll be probably having 350 million XP by the end of the year, ready for that destination level 60.
I'm going for 450 mil.
450, there you go.
Yeah.
You want to catch Brandon Tan up, don't you, Milo?
You heard it first. Nice one, guys. Thank you so much for that. It was an enjoyable conversation. So we're going to play another game. This one is over to Ian for Play Your Dicks Right.
Not another fucking game. Play your dicks right.
Thought we'd said we wasn't going to play this one into the new year with Coops's little abstinence, but never mind. We are going to play our decks right tonight. Tom, you may not know this game. If you've never listened to us, I'll run through the rules. They're very simple. You'll need to tell me whether the Pokemon I give you is higher or lower than the second Pokemon I give you. So if I give you, for example, Charmander higher than Bulbasaur.
Like it's its number is higher. So yes.
Charmander, Bulbasaur. Is Charmander higher than Bulbasaur? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to start. Let's go to Milo for the start of this one. Milo, your starting Pokemon is going to be Ponyta.
Oh, great.
Okay. Is Doduo higher or lower than Ponyta?
Do you want a clue, Milo?
No. I'm going to go lower.
Doduo is... Doduo is higher than Ponyta.
Thank God, a game he's shit at.
Okay, Koops. Your starting Pokemon is Chansey. Is Tangela higher or lower than Chansey?
Tangela is higher.
Correct.
Easy.
So, Mark, your starting Pokemon is going to be Heracross. Is Shuckle higher or lower than Heracross?
Oh, that is a tough one. He's done you in there.
I think they're next to each other.
Yeah, I
it
think Shuckle is lower.
Correct.
Good call.
Okay, so, right, Tom.
Yo.
Your starting Pokemon is Seviper.
Oh, God.
Is Lunatone higher or lower than Seviper?
Lower. I know that one. What?
Lunatone is higher than Seviper.
Can I just tell you how stupid I am?
Can I phone my Pokedex out the
For
window?
some reason, I thought you meant Servine, the freaking.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
The fucking Gen 5 starter guy. I was like, oh my god, we're going to Gen 5. Shit! I wouldn't have gotten that either way.
Okay. So who's left? We've got
It's a duel of Koops and Mark.
Koops. Your starter Pokemon is it's kind of a kindred spirit to you. Spinder. Is Numel higher or lower than Spinder?
You're such a prick.
That's so dumb.
Correct.
Okay, so I feel like, hear me out because I'm gonna just chat shit. I feel like Spinder is the higher number on the dex, but I'm gonna go with the opposite. So I'm gonna go with Spinder is lower than Numel.
Spinder's higher than Numel.
Oh.
So Mark for the win. Your starter Pokemon is Tropius. Is Chimecho higher or lower than Tropius?
I want to say lower.
I get another chance.
So Koops, you are back in play. Spheal is going to be your starter. Is Warride? No, I'm just joking. Is Snorunt higher or lower than Spheal?
His Snorunt it's higher.
Fuck. Spheal's higher than Snorunt. Okay, so Masterful 27. Your starting Pokemon for this round is Lovedisk. Is Relicanth higher or lower?
Oh, come on, Mark.
I want to say higher.
Relicanth is lower than Lovedisk. Okay, so this is... I'm getting flashbacks to a few weeks ago now.
This is going to be a battle to see who doesn't. Fucking hell.
Okay, Koops. Your starting Pokemon for this round is Ramp. You love a ramp?
I love ramping you.
Is Bastiodon higher or lower than Rampardos?
Hold on. So Basti is first. So that means that Basti is lower. Oh, fuck.
Bastiodon's higher than Rampardos.
I love when he goes Basti. He goes Basti. He's like, little Basti's my mate.
It's the PvP term, Basti.
Okay,
Come on, Mark, bring this one
Masterful
home.
27. Drifloon is your starting Pokemon. Is Buniri higher or lower than Drifloon?
I want to say lower.
This is going to be a 2-hour show.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Mr. Cooper.
Okay.
Porygon 2 is your
Ooh.
starting Pokemon.
Higher or lower than Porygon 1.
Yeah, go on in.
Is Togekiss higher or lower than Porygon 2?
Higher.
Togekiss is lower.
Oh, fuck.
You do know you said Porygon
2.
2.
Two.
Yeah. Oh shit,
Yeah.
Z. Oh, Porygon Z. Oh,
So
fuck.
he actually got it right.
So he got it right.
Yay!
That's what you read that out. And I was like, you're literally quoting like a Gen 2 versus a Gen 4.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it, and I should type on the names.
Was that a Bulbasaur Mewtwo?
It was.
It was.
Yes. So Mark, you're still in the game.
Oh.
Riolu is your starting point. Is Hippoptus higher or lower than Riolu?
Just a bit lower. Oh, well done,
Higher.
Coops.
So Coops wins.
Winner.
Oh, and you only win because I fucked up, Coops.
Default.
It was
win.
going on that long. I thought level 60 was about to come out.
Ian, thank you so much, and well done to Coops for taking the W away.
was
To
gonna
be fair,
say
it took me
strapping it
4
on then.
goes. Strapping it on, yeah. Well done, mate. So, without further ado, we're going to go to one of our favourite sections. That is Shinies of the Week.
Shinies of the week.
So, Shinies of the Week. Tom, just for you, this is a bit where our listeners, if they incense or catch a shiny whilst listening to podcasts, get their opportunity to share it with us on our social media platforms using the hashtag Shinies of the Week. So one of us used to take ownership of this and we used to share it between us. But actually, was it the New Year when we did it on? It was our New Year
show
episode.
last week. Yeah. Yep.
We all agreed it was nice to share it. So we're all going to pick out best ones.
I'll kick off the proceedings. I've got to go with my bro, Nakeem Brown. Figures that my first shiny of 2022 is a non-ribbon, non-event, but full-on shiny Delibird before it buggered up. Well, actually, it's still here as a seasonal spawn,
Here.
so
Yep.
Yeah.
felt like a flex nonetheless. Hashtag Shinies of the Week at Incensed Podcast. So that was a nice little shiny Delibird
Nice
there.
one, Nakeem. And I've got the next one, which is from one of our friends, Mike Newcomb's first shiny in ages whilst listening to our Instance podcast and working from home. It's a Spearow. It's my 7th one, but it's a shiny, so I'll take it. So yeah, shiny Spearow.
Poggers.
Because it's your 7th, Mike, I'll take it off you. But up next,
Yeah.
I have got Tito Pink Rider. I think that's how you say it. He says, Happy New Year to you all at Incense Podcast. Got these two beauties while listening to the first podcast of 2022. May your resolutions be fulfilled and your bag... Sorry. Oh, it just makes me laugh. And your bag's full of shundos this year. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. Also, wearing red underwear is also a tradition in Spain. You then burn them in June. and he got a shiny seal and a shiny Wurmple, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Very, very nice. And this one is nice. This is from our friends of the show, and they invited us onto their podcast, our Well Lords podcast. It's like crack yo. First shiny of the year. Actually, really wanted this one since I already had the other two. Plus, I got it whilst listening to the latest episode of Incense Podcast. Thanks for the look, guys. And it is the one we've been speaking about tonight. It was shiny Bulbasaur with its party hat
nice.
on.
Nice one, Richard.
Nice. Congrats.
This one is from, I believe, Stewie Harris at Incense Podcast, hashtag Shines of the Week. Got this one on an evening walk Sunday while listening to the New Year's pop. Shame the XP grind test didn't take long. Already completed it, and it's only the second. And it's a slow poke with the 2020 glasses. The 2020 glasses. Nice.
Yeah, some good shinies there.
That's sick. I don't have that one.
I don't have that one either, so jealous.
Yeah.
Well jealous. Thank you, boys, and thank you, guys and girls, for sending them in to us. We love that. I've just realised I didn't get a poll out tonight, boys, so I do apologise, and I apologise to the listeners, but hey, New Year's resolution, I'm going to keep it concealed a little bit more this year. It's time for Coops to take that on.
Keeping his poll concealed.
It is for January. But if you enjoyed the podcast, please hit that follow, subscribe button, and please leave us that 5-star review. We do love that, and it does help us and support us. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Incense Podcast to keep up to date with all the latest stuff. Before we wrap this one up and we pass back over to Tom very quickly, most important question is, boys, did any of us incense anything good? Do we get any 4 stars? Do we get any shinies?
Nothing.
Nada. I've been checking it.
So when Milo goes, I've got you to shiny Lunatone.
Dude, I'd be like,
I wish. I was even searching for 0%ers. Nothing tonight.
Nothing. Well, I did incense.
What's the greatest catch you've gotten on the incense during these recordings?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, like a Shundo Mewtwo. I think.
Milo got back-to-back shinies off while I was doing the recording, didn't he?
Yeah, we've
Got
had
back-to-back
some good shinies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got back-to-back Zekrom shiny.
Damn, let's go.
I think was it the 3rd episode was when the first one I got, was that the first shiny when we were doing it? Was that the 3rd episode when I got the shiny
That was episode
Spoink?
3, wasn't
Was
it?
that 3,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
you got it really early on. Yeah.
We've had luck, Tom, to be fair. We've had some good luck.
There's been some hondos, some zeros, good shinies.
That's crazy luck. That's awesome.
Great when it happens though, mate, because normally it's like, oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gutted you didn't get one, bro, to be honest. But
Well, it was quite funny, wasn't it? Because we've had some other people on it, and like they've got it just after we've recorded it. It's like, oh no,
No, wait. Come back.
there. But before we go, Tom, it's been amazing having you join us tonight, mate. And we say this every time we get someone onto the show, certainly someone new onto the show. This is your chance, mate. Share your social media platforms, handles. Just let the guys know a little bit more about where they can find you, mate. That'd be lovely if you get the chance to do that.
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. This has been awesome. You guys are hilarious. You guys are cool. I've met Ian and Mark in person. I'd love to meet you guys at the next freaking get together, whenever that is. My name is, I'm mainly streaming on Twitch right now. I want to be on YouTube more, but it's just the KRUSE Ship, spelled KRUSE. And then on Twitter is usually where I post more. It's just the KRUSE Ship YT, because I can't get the KRUSE Ship name.
Damn.
Yet. That guy, I didn't offer him enough money for the thing. But don't go hassle that guy. Don't go hassle him.
Give him the handle. Well, no, Tom, it's been great having you on, mate. We ask this of everybody that we get on with. Would you like to come back at some point in the future?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%. And next time I'll be like, I got 5 shiny Slugmas.
yes.
I have to work on my grass catches too. I got to catch up to Milo.
Yeah.
I think that'll take a few gotchas and a few years of life, and that also mine are not playing it as well, which is going to be very unlikely.
All right, grind to 50.
The grind to 50's alive.
Yeah, you and me, we got to get to 50. I'm not there yet, so.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to listen. We hope you've had fun and we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Have a great week, and we will see you in episode 49. And on that bombshell, just keep being safe, guys.